Hi, it's Alaska Granny. Today let's talk about what are some snacks and emergency foods that you can keep in your car. We know that our cars tend to be, if they're out in the snow, and then they're cold. If you live in the desert, then those snacks can get very hot. So it can be extremely confusing of what types of foods you can store in your car so that you'll have things if you need them. Maybe you get stuck in traffic, or you have to take your kids to a sporting event. You don't have time to go home. You don't want to do drive-through dining. You want to be able to have some snacks on hand that can tide you over until you can get home and make a meal or whatever your plans should be. The number one emergency preparedness item you should have, no matter if you're home or in your car, is water. So whether you want to fill up a container yourself or buy some of the purified water in containers, you need to be aware if you park them outside and it's 10 below, they're going to get frozen, so that can be challenging to have that water on hand. But you still need to try to figure it out so that you have some. You also need to think about your pets. So like I take my little dog Teddy with me in the car, and I have this water bottle that's designed for him. And it has a little dish on the top, and you squeeze it, and water fills up in the cup on the top. Teddy, here, take a drink. Have some water. Here, take some water. Good boy, good boy. You can also have something as simple as a collapsible bowl, and you can make it bigger or smaller. Some of them are tiny. You can open it up just a little bit if you need to. Say you have a little dog and you don't want to fill it too much so he can't stick his head all the way down in there. So you try to find one that fits your dog. If you have a big dog, you'll need a bigger bowl. So they do come in different sizes, and you can see you just pop them up and down. You can fold them flat, stick them in with your snacks, pop them out, and make them any size that you want. They're very handy, and I think it's important that we make sure we have the supplies for our pets as well as our other family members. Protein is important. You can pick up all kinds of different flavors of meat sticks, jerky, all types of different flavors. I have some Slim Jims, I have a Jack's Length meat strip, and then I have some different varieties of just Korean barbecue, turkey jerky, original beef jerky. There's all different kinds and flavors. Find the ones that you like. I like to buy them in the smaller packs so that once they're open, it's usually you use up that serving, and then you don't have a big bag spilling around in the car or getting stale because it wasn't finished. It's easier, in my opinion, to have smaller servings so that if someone is hungry, you can hand them something and then they'll have that snack ready to go. You can also look for things like sunflower seeds or nut packs, and some of the nut packs will include dried fruits. You can always have candy treats if you want, but beware of ones that can melt and make a mess. I like the Welch's fruit and yogurt little snack packs, but I found that these melted a little bit in the car and kind of stuck together. So I was able to squeeze them and get them all apart. As much as I like these, you have to be careful with extreme weather temperature changes, storing some of these types of items in your car. But if you don't mind tearing into a big old lump of them, that works too. Oh, years ago, I had a big bag of gummy bears, and we went to a track meet, and when we got back from the track meet, it had gotten hot in the car, and the gummy bears were just one big pile of gum. But the kids just tore it all apart and ate it anyway. They were still perfectly happy. But I tried to be aware of what kind of foods work well in the car and what don't. I picked up some individual serving size type bags of some crackers and some cookies. Look at some of the little packs of dried fruits and things. Here are some plantain chips. So they're not like just potato chips. They're going to be a little bit healthier. And then I have some caramel apple chips, which are some dried fruit, and the So Natural freeze-dried mixed fruit, and these are all good. So So look for types of foods that you like and your family will eat. And if it's something like, say, caramel apple chips, you're not sure if you would like it, just get one, bring it home, and try it out. And then if you like it, you can go back and get more. Don't buy a pile of something you don't know if anybody's even going to enjoy it. Let's look at these plantain chips. I never bought them before, but they're vegan friendly, gluten-free, grain and corn free, they're non-GMO, and they're peanut free. And it says they're sweet. Yummy. I find the little squeeze pouches of fruit are good because you don't have to worry about tearing them open, having a spoon. You can just twist it off and squeeze it. And you don't have to be a little baby to drink and eat these. You can be a granny too. Think of a variety of things like granola bars or meal replacement bars. I have some cinnamon brown sugar oatmeal bars, and then I did pick up a package of fruit snacks. They're not going to turn into a huge glob if the car gets too hot because they're in smaller packages, and my grandkids love these. If water isn't your thing, look at some of the mix-ins, stir-ins for your water. You can even have an instant coffee, or even some of the hydration boosters. Something like Hydramate. Hydramate is an electrolyte drink mix. It's a hydration enhancer or booster because you are then replacing the elements that your body releases when you perspire or sweat too much. And you can also find just flavors of things like Gatorades and just drink mixes that your family would like. Look for ones that you enjoy. Have a disposable trash bag for your wrappers, and even include a few utensils, plastic disposable utensils. Because then say you do have a cup of fruit or you do get a to-go something or other, you'll have something so that you can eat that food if you needed a utensil. Make sure that you're prepared for all of the challenges that we can face when we want to get something to eat. And if you've ever ordered something and then you didn't have a utensil, that can be a problem. So have some of those in your car kit. Then don't just scatter these all over in your car. Go ahead and get some kind of a container, a basket, a bin, anything that you can stuff full of all of your snack foods that you want to keep in your car, and then you can get the bag, somebody can reach in it, pull out what you want, and then keep track of what has been rated out of your bag so that you know what to replace, so that you'll have those things going forward. Just like your prepper pantry, your car emergency food is something you're going to use, rotate, and replace. When my kids were younger, I had a minivan, and I used to have bins that could fit right under the seat. So I could fill them up with different things and slide them under the seat. Maybe your car has a spot like that, and you could do that too. And in fact, some of them I had like extra winter gloves and extra sporting gear and first aid supplies and lots of snacks and things like that. It was a great way to keep things organized and have all the things I needed, and they weren't in anybody's way. So these are my suggestions of foods that you could have in your car for an emergency. Leave it in the comments below if there are other food items that you think would be a great addition or that work for you. Do be aware and have a strategy for how you're going to keep these foods lasting as long as possible, depending on the weather and the climate where you live. So these aren't things you can put in your car and just have them there forever. You need to replace them at least probably every 6 months. So get things that you know that you will enjoy eating, and be sure you snack on them when you're out and about, and then replace the ones that are your favorites. I'll put a link to some of these dog accessories in case it's something you want to get for your emergency gear. If you do any shopping on Amazon, you can click on my link and then go ahead and order something. It doesn't cost you anymore, but it provides a little bit of revenue that helps support my channel. I hope you'll like my video, share it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.